Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you an action thriller film, AJIN, Demi-Human. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins with a brief description of what an AJIN is. They are the demi-humans who cannot die, despite receiving many attacks or even in the face of fatal situations. The person will only die temporarily and later will regenerate their bodies. The first AJIN was discovered in Africa 26 years ago, and only 46 have been identified throughout the world. The Japanese government established the AJIN Management Committee to continue research on the mysterious AJIN. K, a man branded with the number 003 on their forehead, is being experimented on inside a Japanese research facility. The researchers damage his body, but the results from the experiment only show data that they already know, which frustrates some of the people present during the experiment. They reset the experiment by killing the man, since they know that he will regenerate his body later on anyway. K wonders why he is the subject of such torture, and he recalls the time he first realizes he is an AJIN. He was hit by a speeding truck, and bystanders watched as he came back to life again. The top officials of the Japanese government observed through the glass of the experimentation room. They discuss the slow progress of the AJIN research, and how the trials on K have barely produced any results aside from the ones already known to them. They also mention K's background as a university student and breadwinner for his family. Suddenly, an explosion echoes through the facility, and two strange men enter the hole. The old man named Sator orders another AJIN called Tanaka to clear out the security while he navigates the hallways. Sator turns to one of the security cameras and mentions the name of a high-ranking official of the Ministry of Welfare. He mocks him and reveals that 3 years ago, he broke Tanaka from the facility and threatens to do it again and free K from their experimentation. He remarks that this will be the night when the AJIN situation would drastically change in Japan. The high-ranking official authorizes the use of lethal weapons and orders security to focus their resources on drugging the infiltrators. The security runs into the two men and they get into a gunfight. Sator kills many of the security personnel, but when he is shot with the tranquilizer, he shoots himself in the head to reset his body. Sator makes his way into the experimentation room where K is being held. He frees K and tells him that the government will only continue to persecute AJIN and that they must fight back against it. K is reluctant, but ultimately comes with Sator. K is given a gun by Sator and is ordered to kill the researchers. He declines and shoots Sator instead, which angers him. K hides with the remaining researchers while Sator searches for them. He almost fools Sator, but he is overpowered. K kills himself to reset his body and manages to shoot Sator to buy time for the researchers to escape. Sator suddenly appears behind them and kills the researchers, and a black ghost appears by his side. Another black ghost also appears from K, sensing the challenge of Sator. Both of their ghosts fight each other. However, K's inexperience with using his ability is his downfall. K's ghost manages to buy enough time for K to escape through the roof of the building. Sator tries to kill him using a sniper rifle, but K slips away from his vision. Sator and Tanaka escape the building in the guise of a businessman and a cripple. The reporters, however, recognize Tanaka as an escaped AJIN. Sator uses the reporters as a way to expose the inhumane experiments done on the captured AJIN. Sator releases footage of the trials done on Tanaka on the internet, which reveals the many times Tanaka was killed. News channels from around Japan discuss recent events and debate whether or not the trials are ethical in the case of immortality. K escapes to the countryside, where an old lady invites him inside after seeing his rugged clothes. She gives him a meal and clean clothes. K's sick sister is visited by an agent under the employ of a high-ranking official. She is asked about her brother's whereabouts, but the agent suddenly gets stabbed by the black ghost under Tanaka's control. She is killed along with the hospital security that came inside the room. The agent turns out to be an AJIN and summons her own black ghost. Then the ghosts fight each other inside the room, while the agent escorts K's sister out of the hospital. Tanaka catches up to them, but the nurses get in the way before he can do anything. The next morning, K wakes up to find his black ghost watching him as he sleeps. K helps out the old lady with the household chores. K hears that the hospital his sister is in was attacked. He leaves a letter inside his sister's room and tells her to come up to the roof. He talks to his sister about his current situation. Sator releases a video to the public and asks the public for their support in the fight against the treatment of AJIN in the country. Meanwhile, K takes his sister to the old lady's house. K heads outside in the forest to train his black ghost. He finds it hard to get his black ghost to follow his orders because of its reckless personality. The next day, a plane crashes through a government building while several officials of the Japanese government hold a meeting. After the attack, Sator emerges from the crash and rallies his men. They are surrounded by the police force, and they plan to take consecutive shots at Sator to make sure he doesn't reset faster than they can kill him. Tanaka shoots several policemen, which scatters their formation and buys enough time for Sator to reset and kill the remaining policemen. Kei watches the fight through the news channels, but the villagers gather outside of the old lady's house, demanding that Kei come out and leave the village before his presence causes trouble. Kei grabs his sister and hurriedly leaves the village. Kei and his sister make it back into the city. She asks him if they have to keep running away. Meanwhile, the high-ranking official offers Sator an uninhabited island for the AJIN community to live in, but Sator declines and says he wants Tokyo instead, which infuriates the high-ranking official. Kei meets up with the high-ranking official to cut a deal with him. Kei tells him that he has a plan to defeat Sator, but first, he must provide protection for his younger sister and provide new identities for them as well. Kei threatens to kill someone who the high-ranking official is also protecting if he ever fails to deliver on his side of the deal. The agent from earlier shows up to meet Kei's sister and tells her that she will be safe from now on. Kei and other trusted officials discuss the plans to take down Sator. The high-ranking official reveals that anti-AJIN forces will not be deployed for now and will only act as a reserve troop in case another high-profile attack happens. The other officials show their distrust for Kei, but he doesn't relent and remarks that the only way to stop Sator will not be through numbers. The agent expresses her surprise to the high-ranking official because he chose to bargain with Kei. He tells her that despite looking like he knows what he is doing, Kei is doing whatever it takes not to make a mistake that would endanger his sister. He tells the agent to protect him no matter what. The next day, Kei and the team arrive at the building, where they will set up the first phase of their plan. Suddenly, the building's system security is breached, which causes the team to prepare for the start of their fight against Sator. Tanaka and a few of Sator's men infiltrate the building. They kill every official of security in their path. Kei comes down to investigate the scene. He calls the high-ranking official and tells him that the plan is going as predicted, but Sator is not among the infiltrators. Kei finds the location of the hacker that breached the building's security system, and the high-ranking official manages to catch him. Kei uses the powder produced by the Black Ghost to highlight where other potential Black Ghosts may be. The members of the team use this to apprehend the remaining infiltrators. Suddenly, Sator uses the same method with the Black Ghost powder to reset himself near the team. Sator's Black Ghost kills many of the members, and they steal a gas hidden inside the building, which could make Tokyo uninhabitable for humans, except for the AJINs, which is Sator's grand plan to make Tokyo a place for the AJIN community to thrive. Kei comes to the scene and sees the dead bodies of the team members. Sator then radios Kei and tells him that he will be spraying the gas from the top of the building and invites him to come to the top and see the ending that he has been planning all this time. Kei comes to the top of the building and steals the gas from Sator. The two Black Ghosts wrestle each other's muscles on the rooftop while Sator shoots at Kei, who is holding the gas in his hand. Tanaka finds the high-ranking official and the agent and fights them both. The high-ranking agent narrowly avoids his death, and the agent manages to deploy her Black Ghost in time to save him. Sator asks Kei if he truly knows what an AJIN is. He tells Kei that AJIN knows what it means to truly live. They are humans that have chosen to evolve further than everyone else. Sator grabs the gas that has fallen out of Kei's hand and throws it, but Kei manages to catch it in time with the support of his Black Ghost. The agent is overpowered by Tanaka, but still manages to fight back. Tanaka asks her why she is fighting for the humans who have treated AJIN unfairly. Instead, she should be fighting with them. She manages to break his hold and tosses him out of the way. Sator tells Kei that he should be fighting against the humans and that he should be living his life as he sees fit. Sator throws him to the circuit breaker, which knocks Kei to the ground. He stands up and summons his Black Ghost to fight, which earns him the respect of Sator. The agent manages to subdue Tanaka, but he resets himself before they could use the tranquilizer on him. The high-ranking official manages to distract Tanaka long enough for him to stab Tanaka with the tranquilizer dart. On the other side, Kei's Black Ghost manages to keep up with Sator's, but Kei himself is overpowered by Sator. Shots are exchanged, and Kei takes cover to bring out the tranquilizer dart in his pocket. He uses his ghost as a distraction and attacks Sator's head. He manages to stab Sator, but Sator quickly tries to reset himself, only for Kei to shoot the gun out of Sator's hand, preventing him from resetting. However, despite Sator's defeat, his ghost remains the victor against Kei's Black Ghost. Just when Kei thinks he has won, Sator's ghost kills him, which removes the effects of the tranquilizer dart. Kei's Black Ghost could not come out. Sator aims his gun at Kei and calls for his surrender. But suddenly, the anti-AJIN forces come through the roof and swiftly detain Sator with ease. Kay holds him down while the soldiers freeze both of them. When they are both frozen solid, the soldiers shatter them and gather the shards of ice with a vacuum. The high-ranking official and the agent look at the soldiers while they clean up the mess caused by Sator. The high-ranking official tells the agent that because he called in the anti-AJIN forces, the government now demands that both Sator and Kay are to be handed over to them. The agent asks about the deal he made with Kay, but he tells her that to stop Sator, Kay must also be given up to them. Suddenly, Kay's severed hand appears on the ground, which allows him to regenerate from there. Once he reappears, the high-ranking official tells Kay to stay where he is. But Kay doesn't listen and breaks free from the rooftop. The movie ends with Kay successfully escaping, and he falls to the ground. However, unbeknownst to him, Sator is also able to regenerate himself somewhere, signifying that their battle is far from over. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.